The great unknown. Limitless heavens crowded with sparking mysteries, challenging man's curiosity. But the heavens are not oceans.
Reef, I want you to meet a couple of our passengers, Sir Ian Hunt and Dr. Clifford Kent. My exec, Commander Richard Holloway.
Right away, sir. Dr. Kent, met you before.
Yes, indeed, Commander.
You gentlemen are going with us. What for?
We'll discuss that later. Roberts, have Chief Griffin report to me as soon as the crew's aboard.
Yes, sir.
Watkins,
Yes, sir.
will you show these gentlemen their quarters?
Aye, aye, sir. This way.
Well, sorry you had to cut your leave short.
Yeah.
Come at the wrong time?
Yeah?
Will do. Oh, it's you.
Yeah. Hey, Griff, what's the scoop about, huh? I mean, hold out in the middle of the night, all leaves canceled, we going to war or what?
Now, don't you worry, Chester. When the skipper wants you to know what's going on, he'll tell you, okay?
I don't like it. I mean, this is all mighty funny.
Yeah, isn't it, though? Suppose you get aboard anyway.
I don't like it.
What did you say?
I like it. I like it.
Hey.
Well, Skipper, I think I'll stow my gear.
Reef, I got some bad news for you.
Oh, yeah?
You're gonna have to share quarters this trip.
Who with?
Dr. Nielsen.
Dr. Nielsen? When did that happen?
Huh?
Oh, it's all right. We're all friends.
Dave, stand by to shove off as soon as Griff reports the crew aboard.
Right, Skipper. Wow, looks like we're going to share quarters, Skipper. Been a long... Carl. You? Oh, of course. I should have suspected when I heard that doctor. I thought it was your father.
He was supposed to be. Dad had a heart attack 2 days ago.
He what?
It was mild. It'll be all right, but it was out of the question he's coming along.
And they thought you could replace the skipper, huh?
But there was no choice. Dad and I developed the lungfish together. Except for him, I'm the only one qualified to dive in it.
You could have trained somebody else.
Not in 2 days. Look, do you think I wanted to come? If it didn't mean so much to Dad proving his depth explorer, I certainly wouldn't be here.
That I can believe.
Nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can change the focus to a soft blur or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to the outer limits.
Reef. Look them over while I fill in the crew. Now, hear this. This is the captain speaking. I know you're wondering about all the mystery. Well, our job had to be kept absolutely secret. Our mission is to find out what caused the disasters under the Arctic ice. Once we cross the Arctic Circle, any command you hear will be the real thing. Please remember. That's about it. Now, you know as much as I or anybody else does, for that matter. Coincidentally, I assured Washington that this was the best sub crew in the fleet. I know you won't make a liar out of me. Carry on.
That's it.
What do you think? I think I should have joined the Air Force.
What is it?
You are out. This came for you.
My father?
Dead? No, as a matter of fact, he's a lot better. Just got out of the hospital.
What did you mean I'm out?
Your father can be in Nome, Alaska tomorrow. We have two choices. We can ask them to bring him out by helicopter and take you off, or we can put the Shark back into Nome.
You trade school boys are all alike, aren't you? Anybody who doesn't think like a little gold-braided puppet is ipso facto a coward.
You said it, I didn't.
Well, wearing a uniform doesn't bestow an automatic monopoly on courage, Commander. It just so happens I'm not a coward, physical or mental. And before I'd risk my father's life...
We're all risking our lives.
That may be. But Dad stays where he is, and I'm staying here.
Oh, you are a mixed-up oddball, aren't you?
Well, perhaps. But the idea of willingly going to school to spend my life at a Paleozoic pastime that should have disappeared with the thunder lizards, I'm referring to war. That strikes me as the worst cowardice of all. Being spiritually yellow.
You mean nothing's worth fighting for?
Peace. The dignity of man, destiny of human spirit. Now, you show me a man who says you win these fighting wars, and I'll show you an idiot.
Carl, you talk like so many young men I've known. You talk well. Literately, intelligently, even brilliantly sometimes. But you're all talk. What do you do about your ideas? Your ideals? You mentioned my uniform. These are my work clothes. They represent what I'm willing to do. How hard I'm willing to work for what I believe in. I doubt your willingness for anything, except talk about what you're against. That talk darn near killed your father.
Mr. Holloway to the con, please.
The instruments have all gone crazy. And take a look at the screen. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
What hit it?
Doesn't seem possible, but could it be an electric storm center?
Underwater?
High-intensity arcs will burn, submerge, and millions of volts discharge in random directions.
Is there any way out of this?
Seems all around.
What about down?
I don't know.
Take her down. Maximum angle, maximum depth.
Yes. Take her down. Maximum angle, maximum depth.
Sir Ian has evolved a theory. At first, I wasn't about to buy it, but we have eliminated one by one every other logical explanation.
It is rather fantastic. But, here is a chart of the Arctic region. On it, I've plotted every instant of these peculiar phenomena, the sinkings, electrical storms, our own experiences. Now, here is where we encountered the electrical storm. The sturgeon was lost about here. The others, here, here, and here. You see it?
See what?
The pattern. The pattern. Each instant occurred almost precisely 1,000 statute miles from the pole. a line drawn through the points of occurrence makes almost a complete circle around the pole.
Which adds up to what, sir?
I cannot accept the idea that these phenomena were either random or natural. I believe they were motivated by some sort of intelligence.
Do you mean that somebody is...
I didn't mean to imply human intelligence.
Well, what on earth kind of intelligence is it, Sir Ian?
Well, perhaps it's not an intelligence on Earth. Perhaps it's an intelligence from beyond the Earth.
What can we do about it, sir?
I've been thinking about that. As you see, these occurrences were on this line, almost a perfect circle around the pole. However, there may be a significant break in that ring here in the area of the Queen Victoria Sea near Franz Joseph Land, north of Murmansk in Finland.
Supposing your theorizing is correct, then this could be the next danger point.
Yes, yes. But supposing we anticipated a little, supposing the tiger shark was lurking there, waiting.
Could be right. We'll chart our course right straight across the pole to bring us here, the Queen Victoria Sea.
We've been running due south along the 30th degree of longitude. By my reckoning, we should be about here, just short of our planned position. And that should be...
Just about the critical point if we're on the right track. Prepare to service flank speed.
Prepare to surface. Blank speed.
Mr. Melbourne, quick, look at this.
Skipper, reef!
Those chunks of ice are coming right at us. Dive! 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 Determine extent of damage.
After torpedo room, report.
This is Griff, Captain. Moderate leak in overhead plates. Damage to main drive shaft housing. Forced to full stop.
We're dead in the water. Captain?
Whatever it is, it certainly can't travel. Course and speed.
Speed about 22 knots. Course due north.
Directly toward the pole.
Are you two flounders about set?
We're ready.
Now try and remember you're not going out to rehearse a water ballet. We need a damage report.
I never should have volunteered. If I had enough sense, I would have...
Hey, look out for the sharks, huh?
Pure oval shape with this cyclops-like eye or turret on top. I'd estimate its diameter at 300 feet. No discernible orifices. The eye of Cyclops.
What did you say, Sir Ian?
Just musing about our one-eyed adversary and the Homer legend. The Cyclops were the sons of heaven who forged the thunderbolts thrown by Zeus.
Our own Cyclops throws quite a thunderbolt itself.
I knew there was something familiar. Take a look. This picture was taken by an amateur astronomer over New Mexico. I've had it since I served on the Air Force Evaluation Board for UFO reports.
Unidentified flying objects.
Then this is a flying saucer.
That was the popular designation, yes.
Weren't all the sightings in the sky, not underwater?
This would explain why there were never any reports of landings. It's quite possible that whoever or whatever inhabits this craft is not a land creature at all, but some form of marine life.
That would make our little green men actually little green fish.
Undersea flying saucers.
Excuse me, Skipper.
Yeah, Griff?
All internal repairs completed. And frogmen report exterior damage minor.
Then we can get underway, huh?
Right, sir.
Dave, you plotted the course of Cyclops? Then that's our course. Where he goes, we go until we get him.
Or perhaps until he gets us.
Why does Cyclops invariably return to the pole between attacks? Never two in succession. Always away and back, away and back.
We've asked ourselves that over and over 1,000 times.
But answers are what we need, not more questions.
We think now we have them. We took for granted his source of energy was nuclear. But suppose it isn't at all. What if it is magnetic?
Yes. Yes. We harness energy on a small scale by cutting magnetic lines of force. Supposing Cyclops does it on a super scale.
The North Pole is the positive end of the biggest magnet of all, the Earth itself.
What you're getting at is that you think our saucer friend must return to the pole regularly to recharge his batteries.
That may be oversimplifying it. But,
Now, our present tactics are useless. But suppose we place ourselves between Cyclops and the pole.
in such a way as to prevent him returning to the pole to, as you put it, recharge his batteries.
If we are lucky enough to catch him with his power depleted.
Then we polish him off with an atomic fish. We wait till the next report of trouble, and then we lie in wait for him, right in his path, and bushwhack him.
Bushwhack?
Yes, it's an American tactical expression.
Oh.
We're here.
Right?
This is where Cyclops knocked off the freighter. This is the way he has to head for home, the pole. Here we are, right in his path.
Sonar and TV scan the bottom. Find a good place to hide and lie in wait for him. Maybe a cave or a valley. Break for silent running. As soon as we're on the bottom, secure everything that hums or buzzes. I want absolute silence.
Very well. Break for silent running.
Skipper, Dr. Kent.
What is it?
That's him. Has to be.
Range 22 miles. Speed, I give it 14 knots.
His radiation level is very low. That would confirm our theory about having to return to the pole.
Better be correct. Give me a setup on the TDC, range about 7 miles. Reef, arm atomic warheads. Load tubes 1 and 2. Report to the con.
Sounds like we mean business.
Yeah. Griff, you arm number 2. I'll handle number 1. Load 1 and 2. Open outer doors. Stand by for action.
Range now 15 miles.
You sure it's Cyclops?
Take a look.
Range 14.5 miles.
Griff to skipper. Tubes 1 and 2 loaded. Outer doors open, ready to fire.
Stand by.
Range 8 miles. Range 7 3/4 miles. Zero, minus 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Target 0.
Fire 1.
Number 1 fired.
Fire 2.
Number 2 fired.
How they run?
About straight and on.
Number 1 missed.
Oh, good. We're dead on the target with a homing fish. What's that?
A massive jelly-like stuff came out of the thing and caught our torpedo.
It must function like a degaussing field. We never get a torpedo through that.
Maybe not a torpedo. Blow all main ballast tanks. Reactor room stand by. As soon as we're off the bottom, I want all ahead flank.
What course, Skipper?
Right at our one-eyed friend.
Right at him?
That's what I said.
But what can we accomplish?
We can ram him.
You've weighed the consequences, Captain. The lives involved.
Doctor, I've weighed the destruction that the Cyclops has done already and what he'll do in the future unless we stop him right now.
There must be some other means.
What other means? If the tiger shark can't stop him, no power on earth can. Now brace yourselves. Sound the collision alarm.
Drove right into him.
Look at that. Speared him like a fish.
We did it, boys. Dove right through the saucer's side. Reactor room, give me all reverse, full.
We're stuck tight. Skipper, take a look at this depth gauge.
180 fathoms? We can't be sinking that fast.
It's our screw, Skipper. At our declination angle, running in reverse, they're pulling the Shark and Cyclops right to the bottom.
And we're at safe maximum depth already. Full stop.
Full stop.
Well, anybody got any ideas? Anything's better than lying here.
Suppose there's some kind of atmosphere inside the Cyclops.
What do you mean?
Well, maybe we could get inside the saucer. We could use our torches to cut the shark loose.
That's all very well, young man. How would one go about getting inside Cyclops?
Through the eye, using the depth explorer.
Yes. The Explorer was built to operate at even greater depths.
Suppose there isn't any atmosphere inside the saucer.
Well, then the idea's no good, but we're no worse off than we are now.
You gotta let us try, Skipper.
Us?
Reef and I could take the Explorer down, clamp it onto the eye.
No. You can't, but I can. I can deliver you to the eye. Then you...
A little out of your line, isn't it? Why don't you stay aboard and make a speech? Maybe you could get him to ban flying saucers.
Listen, Holloway. However our ideas disagree, I've said before, I'm not a coward. And it happens you have no choice. Either I take you down there in the lungfish or you don't get them.
I'd sooner swim.
That's enough, both of you.
Very well, sir.
No use making the odds any longer than they are. So happens that Dr. Nielsen's right. Get the Explorer in the airlock and prepare for launching. Better take Carney and Powell with you.
Frogmen?
That's right. Their underwater experience might make them invaluable. You'll need sidearms.
Sidearms? The saucer's dead.
You hope.
Better get ready. Girls, you go everywhere I go. All right, Carl, there's still time. Want to show me how?
Get in.
Ready to open airlock door, Captain.
Go ahead, Griff.
now.
What do you say, Doctor? Shall we take a chance?
That's what we came for.
Well, you all stay here. I'm going to take a look inside.
Not alone, you're not.
Better breathe your oxygen just in case. Pure air, under pressure.
That's relieving.
Oh, we won't need these tanks.
Good luck, man.
All right, let's go.
Bowed go through her, but she sealed herself right up.
Yeah, that's our problem. The saw teeth of the ram are caught in the break. Now, if we can cut it away, the shark can pull herself loose.
I think you're right.
Powell, go back to Dr. Nielsen. Tell him to report to the skipper. All right, let's get to work.
We read you, Doctor. Go ahead. They're inside the Cyclops. It's full of breathable air.
Wonderful.
That's great, Doctor. Reef thinks that he can clear the shark's bow so we can pull ourselves loose.
What's it like inside the Cyclops? This is a priceless opportunity to...
Doctor, tell Reef to make sure that you're in the clear before we make another move. Right. Over. We'll make it out of this yet.
Skipper, could you take a look here?
What's wrong, Griff?
The inertial navigation system must have been knocked out in the crash. We're dead in the water, but it indicates we're moving.
That's impossible.
The radiation level from the saucer, it's rising.
What direction does the system indicate?
Due north at 5 knots. Oh, 6.
Toward the pole.
But that Cyclops is dead. We killed it, didn't we?
Beats me.
Dave.
Yeah?
You hear anything?
I don't hear anything. You've been down here too long. You better go topside and rest.
Strange you don't hear it.
Reef? Huh? You know something? I think it's getting lighter in here.
Yeah, it is.
If I didn't know better, I'd swear we were moving.
Well, let's get back to work, and maybe we will be soon.
I'm getting an impression of movement, Captain. Is that possible?
We get the same reaction up here. Now they're feeling it down below.
The radiation level constantly rising.
As we near the pole.
It's got to be an explanation.
I think there is. I believe our friend Cyclops is returning to life.
Commander Holloway, listen.
Hey.
Commander Holloway, make no resistance.
Did you hear it? That sound again?
This time it was a voice. It called my name.
Look, why don't you go topside?
You will see that avails nothing.
Where do you think the sound was coming from?
Down there somewhere.
Remove your weapons, Commander, and come here alone.
Come where?
To me, here.
That voice again?
It wants me to go alone.
Oh, it does it?
You better stay here.
Inhabitants would express it, we meet face to face.
Tell me something. Why is it that I can hear you when the others can't?
You do not hear me. Our individual brain frequencies are now attuned, and we exchange wave thoughts.
You mean extrasensory perception?
Whatever your Earth term may be, the principle is ancient and very simple. It is not necessary for you to speak. Your thought response will suffice. My mission is to study various solar systems and planets. Select the most suitable for colonization.
Horrors like yourself?
Of course. It may interest you to know I have visited hundreds of other worlds, and of all of them, your Earth seems most suitable.
Swell.
Your friend was to remain where he was.
He did.
I am afraid not.
Dave, what's going on in here, lad? What?
Stand away from him, Commander.
You watch your back. So this is your headquarters. Well, you've sunk your last ship. You...
Why not me? What am I, the closing act?
On the contrary, I want you unharmed. Perfect.
Why?
I have selected you to return with me along with several other specimens for study. We will examine you and the others, discover desirable features to incorporate in our Earth colonizer.
And you just build them in, huh?
Of course. Evolution is much too slow a process. On Earth, you build with inanimate material. We employ living tissue. This space vehicle, for example. It is a living thing. When damaged, you would say wounded. It immediately heals itself.
Oh, that's why no water leaked inside when we rent.
Of course. But it is time to begin the return voyage.
To navigate, won't you have to see your way?
Obviously.
Back to the shark, right now. What about Dave and the others? Fortunes of war.
Skipper, this is Reef from the Duck Explorer.
Pull loose. Right, Reef. Reactor room, get me all back. Emergency.
Skipper, we didn't kill it. And if that thing ever gets back to where it came from, the Earth is doomed and everybody on it.
We pull loose, Captain. We're free.
There it goes. Headed straight for the pole. 50 knots.
Nothing we can do.
Excuse me, Captain. There may be one last desperate chance.
What's that?
It's possible I could adapt one of the torpedo guidance systems to the ICBM, so it would home on the saucer when he rises from the pole.
What about the time?
Cyclops will have to linger at the pole to recharge its power banks.
That's worth a chance. Reef, take over as navigator and see if you can find us an air hole in the ice. Let's go.
Very well.
Ready?
Ready as you can be. I'll report to the skipper.
Skipper. We found our hole in the ice.
What's the corrected bearing to the magnetic pole?
357 degrees.
Prepare the ICBM for firing. Well, that's about all we can do until our space friend decides to blast off.
Skipper, I think it's...
Attention, all hands. We got him.
And the light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. One side always in the sunlight, the other always in darkness. The known and the unknown, frightening to each other only when they are both unknown and misunderstood. We now return control of your television set to you. Until next week at this same time, when the control voice will take you to the outer limits.